cinematic intro video fades in from black. Here we are in the garage. Got this box with parts in it. I already opened it, but here we are back here, and inside this box is the, well, I put my old first reverse shift fork in here. It's broken right here. Honestly, it's an easy fix. Can be fixed. Just have to take it to get welded. But my dad insisted that we buy a new part for it, or a replacement part. So this came in today from eBay. And I don't know if that's an aftermarket part or if this, I don't think this is an aftermarket part, but just putting them by each other. This one, the old one, just looks a lot cleaner, and it looks like it was machined just a lot better. I mean, this one, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and it could be a bit older, but I mean, these forks are a little bit bent out, which is a common problem, but this one didn't have it. It just broke right here. But it has been welded right here. I'm assuming that's to prevent these from further bending out, because as I said, it is a common problem with these shift forks. And as you can see here, this one's not welded, it just kind of sits in this hole right here. But I'm not here today to install these. I'm not really here to install anything. I've got the top shaft in, but it's not bolted in yet. Got the bottom shaft installed. Right now it's in what would be neutral, and then reverse, and then here you would have what I'm assuming second gear or third gear. I'm not really sure. Well, I'm not gonna mess with it. But on my video, my recent video of installing the transaxle, or taking off the transaxle, there was a comment left that I'll put up right now. And in the comments, in the thread, or whatever you want to call it, he mentioned how I'm gonna need to beef up my rear end. And I was aware of this, and a couple months ago, back in July, I went to a garden tractor pull that's sanctioned by the organization that I'm gonna be pulling with, just to see what it's like and get some ideas possibly. And there's a guy there who pulls the big super stock tractors. His name is Kenny Cornelison. He's got like 3 of them, so he knows what he's doing. And we were talking with him, and we showed him a picture, and he said the same thing, that if we have a stock rear end, we're gonna have to get a beefier rear end to run with these big tires right here. Because if we don't, it'll only be a couple pulls before that carrier just breaks. This cast iron carrier, it's just not equipped to handle the forces that those big tires will put on it. But this has been modified to make it a little bit stronger, but I still don't want to risk breaking parts and having to tear this all down again and whatnot, and having to take this off and just do this whole process again. Because while it is a great learning experience for me, learning that you do have to indeed disconnect the drive shaft to get this off, I don't really want to do it again, especially when it can be prevented. So I'm looking into getting a fine spline carrier and fine spline axles. And what that means is, I'll come over here and show you. The axles here are what you would call coarse spline axles. These splines on the end are a bit, I'll try to keep that steady, are a bit wider. They're more coarse basically. And a fine spline axle is what you'd expect just from the name fine spline. The splines are smaller and more, there's like more of them. It's, to put it in perspective, if you come over here to your sockets, this is just a rough reference. This would be basically your coarse spline, and that would be your fine spline. They're smaller and there's more of them, and it's stronger. And it's better equipped for pulling with those. And the carrier is much thicker. I'll put a picture up. Much thicker than this stock cast iron carrier. And everything will be a direct fit in this old carrier because the fine spline axles came in a later model of Cub Cadets where they have aluminum transaxle cases instead of these big heavy cast iron ones. So everything will be a direct fit if you get the right size axles. If you get the 1-inch axles, everything will fit just fine with the equipment that I have. I won't have to make any modifications. They'll fit right into these, and the carrier will fit in here, and everything will be smooth sailing. Of course, that's what we're hoping. But they also have 30mm ones, which will work. But you have to do some machining on these to get them to fit. I think you have to drill them out or something, I'm not really sure because I'm not interested at all in getting 30mm ones, so I didn't care to read too much on it. So basically what I'm trying to get out here is I was making a video where I was basically installing this. I'm going to hold off on that until I get one of these fine spline rear ends, which can be a bit costly. I'm expecting to have to probably dump close to $200 into it, which I'm not looking forward to. This tractor's really become a money pit, which, yeah, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, if we just stick this back in, it's gonna break. We're gonna have to spend the money anyways to get a stronger setup once this does break. And I don't really want to break this because these spider gears right here are welded, which is a modification to make it stronger. And I'd like to keep this. Just in case we make an addition to the fleet, which is, don't get your hopes up. It's just an afterthought, since I do have a bunch of spare parts like hitch and wheelie bars and wheels, and I actually do have an extra kill switch up here because I thought the one on mine was bad, but it turns out it's just fine. Just needed a new connection. But yeah, basically the rebuild is going to be held off for a little bit. I'm going to be looking for fine spline axles. I'm probably going to show some of that. But yeah, also one other thing, I'm gonna have to take this ring gear off and put it onto the other one. And if you look here, it's not like a standard like nut and bolt kind of situation. I think you have to grind these off actually, so I'm not looking forward to that. I might actually just have it taken somewhere to go do that, because I don't think I have the tools to do that. But yeah, that's basically my plans for the future of this build. So yeah, just guess I don't have much more to talk about, so I'm gonna send it off right here. Stay tuned for more. Eventually we will get this back into one piece, and once this whole virus thing is over and the poles start to come back, we can finally hopefully get this out to a pole, see how it does. Also, real quick, I ordered yesterday I think, or a couple days ago, I ordered myself a GoPro to put on to be easier to film, and that also means that we can get onboard footage of this at poles, because I also got some helmet mounts, which is really exciting. I spent my birthday money on that, so it's my own money. I'm not spoiled. Also, I'm gonna have to be dumping my own money into this, which I'm not complaining, because I sold a bunch of my old lawnmowers and go-karts last summer to just get some extra money for whatever I may need to spend it for. And what better to spend it on? Why not? Why put it in a savings account when you can put in something more valuable like a pulling tractor? So yeah, GoPro coming on the way. We'll be here in a couple days. You might see some test footage of that. We'll be getting a chest strap too, so fishing videos, I want to start doing those soon. I'll be able to fish with the GoPro on my chest. It'll be very nice. But yeah, I'm rambling. This is a 12-minute video that isn't really supposed to be 12 minutes. It's supposed to be a quick update, but I can't keep my mouth shut. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it off here. To be continued. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye.